man, you guys, example 8 is going to be a blast. Get pumped up. Get pumped up. Get pumped up. Woo! Alright, but anyway, so we're doing the same thing. So given the center and a point on a circle, we're going to write the equation of a circle in standard form. Which remember, the parts of standard form that you need to build the equation are the center point, which is the h and the k, and the radius, which we're going to be squaring that bad boy. Okay, so example 8 is pretty much the same as example 7. So if you understood example 7, go ahead and try example 8 on your own. Pause the video and fast forward when you get done to the end and see if you got it right. Alrighty, so I have the center and I have a point on the circle. All we need is the radius. So I'm going to fill in the center point. I'm going to fill in the center point, the center point, and the point on the circle into my equation up here. And that will help me to find the radius. So when I fill in all 4 of these nifty values, bam, I'll be able to have the radius after I square it. Okay, so the center is going to be my h and my k value. The point on the circle represents the x and the y in my equation. Okay, so again, I'm going to zoom out so we can see that lovely circle equation as we're solving. And I'll zoom back in. Don't you worry, you guys. I will zoom back in. Okay, so I'm going to set this bad boy on up. Okay, we're going to be solving for the radius squared. Now remember, like last time, technically I didn't have to square root both sides because we want the radius squared. So this time I'm only going to solve for the radius squared. I'm not actually going to find the radius. So it doesn't say we have to find the radius. We just need the equation, which the equation requires the radius squared. So I'm going to be solving for r squared. Alright, so I'm going to fill in my x and my y value, as well as my h and my k value. Alright, so my point, my x and my y are -2 and 2. So I'm going to put -2 in my x slot, and I'm going to put +2 in my y slot, right there. Bam. Alright, and then don't forget, you guys, the center. We have to flip the signs when we go from the center into our equation. Okay, so my h value is whatever's added or subtracted to my x, which is secretly is the -2 right here. All right, and since this is a -4 in my point, what would I do in my equation? I would add 4 in my equation. You guys just get more and more brilliant every time I talk to you. Alright, and then the k value is whatever's added or subtracted to the y, which is secretly this 2. So since my k is a +10, what will it be in my equation? It will, in fact, be a -10. Alright, and then from here, you guys, we're just going to solve for the radius, which I'm going to zoom back in so you guys can see my radius a little better as we're solving. Okay, so -2 plus 4, this will give me a 2. So we have 2 quantity squared plus 2 minus 10 will give me a -8. Alright, and that will be squared. Okay, and then we're solving for the radius squared. So this will equal r squared. Okay, let's keep going. So 2 squared, what's 2 squared? 2 times 2 will give me a 4. So this will be 4. And then -8 squared is -8 times -8, which is 64. Alright, and all we have to find is the radius squared. So again, we're not going to be square rooting both sides like we did over here to save us some time, because mathematicians like to be efficient. So let's try to be efficient since we are mathematicians, right? Okay. Alright, you guys, 4 and 64 will give me a 68. So the radius squared equals 68. Okay, so this is the value that my equation is going to equal, because the equation equals r squared. So this time when I set it up, I don't have to do anything on this side. I just have to simply substitute in this value into my equation, and then I'm done. Okay, and like on the other one, I did not plan ahead, and I did not leave enough space, unfortunately. So I'm going to slide this down onto another piece of paper. I'm going to sneak attack you. Whoa. It's like the problem never even left you. Look at that. Okay, so let's keep going. So for my final equation, we're going to be filling in, remember, all we need is the center point and the radius squared. Okay, we can leave the x and y as x and y. So let's get started. So I'm going to set this bad boy up. Okay, so I'm going to leave my x and y alone. Don't touch the x and y or the demon cats are coming for you. You guys better watch yourself. I'm a little worried about you guys. I think the demon cats are getting us all a lot lately, so you better watch out. I'd probably check under your bed tonight before you go to bed. But anyways, so our center point is at negative 410. Don't forget, though, in our equation, we do the opposite. So what's the opposite of negative 4? It is plus 4. And what's the opposite of negative 10? Holy hot dog, it is negative 10. The opposite of 10 is negative 10. And the equation, you guys, equals the radius squared. So I'm just going to fill in what the radius squared equals, which the radius squared, or r squared, equals 68. And guess what, you guys? Let's see if I can simplify first. But I'm pretty confident we've reached the end. But let's see. I can't combine my x and my 4. I can't combine my y and my 10. So guess what, you guys? We have found the equation of a circle in standard form given the center point and the point on the circle. Bam! That problem is done to the zo. Dunzo.